think we are starting to go live, and so let's see whether it has worked or not. I just go ahead and check whether the audio and everything is fine and we are streaming properly. Just give me 1 second. This is a pain point. I think Anupama, there has to be a solution which actually like tells us that we've genuinely gone live, right? Because this is isn't it? Oh, okay. We've started getting viewers, and so I think that's a sign for us to start the live. And so awesome. So we are live. How are you doing, Anupama? What has been
I'm doing
happening? What's up?
great.
How's life?
I'm doing great. How are you? We are sitting in just the next cabins.
We are just sitting side by side and doing this live. And so okay, so let me do the introduction, right? So hello and welcome to this live. I'm Yash, co-founder and chief executive at Clientjoy, and I'm joined by Anupama, head of product at Clientjoy. One of the key things why we started this live session series was because when we were looking at our help chat and support tickets, we found that most folks had questions around things that are already possible within ClientJoy. But because the feature was not discoverable, our users were deploying some or the other sort of inefficient workaround, right? We've always wanted ClientJoy to be as simple and as minimalistic as possible, but even though we try to do that, since there are over 150 features in the product, some things get lost and buried within the menus. And so the goal of this live session is to share some journeys of the product that will make using ClientJoy even more blissful and efficient for you. With that, Anupama, welcome to this live. What are we going to talk about today?
Thank you. Hi, everyone. So today we will be covering like, the journey of the proposal. So you can say that whenever a new lead is coming to you in your sales pipeline, and you have to send them a quote, in very less time. How can you do that? And what are all the capabilities that you can have, in that quote? How will you send it? How will you track it? How will you get it signed? So the rest I will show you in the journey.
And so before I invite Anupama to share her screen, there are just a couple of things that I want to share with all of you. The first is that any point of time, if you have any questions regarding the product or regarding this particular life or just regarding life in general, right? So just put those in comments, and Anupama and I will try our best to answer your questions. I'll be, while the live is going on, I'll be moderating those questions, and I'll figure out what would be the best time to ask those questions as well. The other quick thing is that if you are a product enthusiast and you want to help us make Clientjoy better, not just for you, not just for the person beside you who's using the product, but for everyone, for all of our 4,000 agencies and 9,000 freelancers in 90 plus countries, if you want to help us make Clientjoy better for all of them, join our Clientjoy beta program, which is available on clientjoy.io/partner/beta. What's included in the beta program is it's essentially a community service, right? So whenever we don't know everything, and this should not come as a surprise to you because we have made mistakes and we continue to make mistakes, and the hope is that we'll make lesser and lesser mistakes as we move forward. And the beta program primarily is an attempt for us to make lesser mistakes the first time around, right? And so what we typically do is whenever we think of a feature, we look at our roadmap, we look at our product updates, we look at our community where people talk to us about their requirements, and we figure out what should we build next and how should it look like, how should it function, what should be the flows, what should be the features, what things go in V1 of the release, what things go in the V2 of the release, and so on and so forth. And so what we will do is if you are a part of the beta program, we will share with you the early release of a particular module of a particular feature. And so as an example, Anupama, what is the key feature that we are working on right now?
So there is a surprise for you in the end of this whole session. So
Okay.
better, you watch till the end.
That's oh my god, we've turned into we Anupama, both of us made a promise to each other that we are not doing this to create content. We are not doing this for the engagement. We are doing this to answer specific questions that people might have, and stuff like watch time, stuff like the number of likes or comments that we get on these videos is not going to be a bar for whether we continue to do this or not. That is a promise that we made, and but it's okay. Happens to the best of us. All of us want as many people as possible to watch it, till the end. And yeah, so there's going to be a surprise. I'll share that with you. We are working on a super cool, very important key feature that will help you do more sales with less effort. I'll not talk about what it is. We'll reveal that towards the end. We've revealed in parts. We've given some teasers as well, but we'll reveal what we're working on towards the end. We'll also try to give you quick glimpses of where we are in that journey and what it'll look like. But if you're a part of our beta program, we will give you early access to those features where you could test them out, check it out, and then help us make a decision on what changes does that feature need. The last quick thing, and this is I promise you the last thing before we jump into the demo, into sharing the screen and Anupama taking over, because I realize that is primarily why most of you guys are here. The last quick thing is that we run an agency community of 1,400 people. We've mentioned 1,000 people some places, we've mentioned 1,200 people some places, and today morning was a great morning for me because I realized we're actually 1,400 people in the community. And so all of these 1,400 people who are there in the community, barring all of us obviously at Clientjoy, are folks who are running their agencies and freelancing practice, and they use the community to ask their questions, answer some other people's questions. We also talk about the product a little bit. But so if you want to know, or if you have burning questions that you think your peers from all around the world could help answer, do join that community. It's completely for free. You can join in, observe, write comments, answer some questions that other people have, questions that you are looking for answers to. But do join in the community. It's on facebook.com/groups/clientjoy. I'd be looking forward to having you in the community as well. With that, I'm done with my personal agenda of this live, and we will directly move into Anupama sharing the screen and taking us through the journey of creating and signing documents with Clientjoy. Anupama, over to you.
Yes. Okay. So before I start this journey, I just wanted to begin with just a little bit brief about like how can our proposals actually help you also, because some of you are new users who would have just signed up. So basically, in an agency scenario or freelancer scenario, these are some of the issues which we have also faced and which we see a lot of new agencies also make. So, like some of the things like the sales representatives, they are sending a lot of like they are sending proposals which do not match with your brand identity, which are ugly, which has mistakes, typos. There are pricing. There is an incorrect pricing, maybe some old pricing in it. Your team is using different tools, like somebody is creating proposal in Microsoft Word, somebody is creating in Docs, somebody is creating in Canva, so there is no consistency across. Like if and once the proposal is created, you are duplicating it to sending it to other client, and then other lead, and that is also bringing in a lot of mistakes into, like there is some data which is missing, there is some data which was of the earlier lead which went to in. uh, and your CRM, that is different, like it is on a different zone, so it is not in sync with how many documents or proposals quotes were sent to that lead, so you don't have a one view where you can actually see and manage it. So these are some of the things that we have seen that people, agencies faces when they are starting their agencies, or when they are not using a tool for actually the tools which are meant for sending quotes or sending proposals or estimates. One more thing which I forgot is that you also don't get to know that if the email that you sent with the proposal or quote, whether that was open, whether your lead actually looked at the proposal, what happened at that point of time. So all those things are also not visible to you. So you don't know, like whether the lead was interested, not interested, what happened. So you cannot take decision in time. So these were some of the challenges that we saw that agencies, freelancers are facing, and that's why we created this proposal solution. So how it helps agencies is that uh, basically it helps you in closing your deals faster. So it just gives you a speed, because you can templatize your sales documents, which are general, like your could be your proposals, quotes, estimates, some NDAs, agreements, whatever you are making. So all those you can templatize, that you can do with the functionalities like like personalized merge fields in Clientjoy. You can have your signature embedded into it. You can have your pricing table, which is standard. You can create templates for your multiple packages and services. And as soon as your lead is coming in with that requirement, you just send them with one click. Now you can also track, what's happening with the document after you sent it. Like you get instant notifications in your mobile application, in your email, also in your Clientjoy application if it is open. The proposals and everything that you are sending, they are mobile responsive. So if your lead is opening it in the like mobile, they are able to actually skim it through, went it through. You can also customize what they are seeing. Other than the document, you can put your custom domains. You can put your custom scripts if you want to have some widgets in place for chat, feedback, anything. So you can actually customize the whole experience that your lead is going to have while looking at that proposal. Uh, Once the proposal is accepted, then you can also just in one click convert that to a invoice and can send it for receiving the payments. You can automate the proposals in Clientjoy. So using some of the tools that we have integrated with, using your Zapier, Pabbly, Integromate, Integrately. If you need help with configuring any of those automations, you can contact us on our support. Yes, yes. You want to add anything?
No, I just here. I had a question for you. Is there anything we've not thought about?
Yes, there are a lot.
There are a lot of them. Okay, awesome. I
Every
just
time,
wanted to
yes,
come in here.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Then, other than these automations, you can also, like, if you need any document approval with your leads or clients, and then you can just send them for approval, and you can get the approval in just a minute. And that is also something that is legit, like, because your leads or clients are doing a digital signature on it. So if you are, for example, if you are a user who is a heavy proposer, like with we create, so you already have a system in place. For example, you are creating all your proposals into Figma or some design system because it needs a lot of heavy editing, heavy designing skills. Then you can bring those proposals to Clientjoy. You can upload them as your own document and can use Clientjoy just for tracking those documents. Like you just upload it, send it, and see if it was open, not open, and it is also mapped or linked with your lead and client in our CRM. So these were some of the these are some of the things that you can do in Clientjoy's proposal. So now I will start the journey. I hope you can see my screen. So okay, so what we will cover in this uh, demo is that we will be sending a quote from the existing template which we have created for our use case. We will be sending it to the lead. They will be looking at it, signing it. We will be talking about the notifications and audit trail that is coming up, and then we'll be converting that to invoice. And one thing that you will be sending an invoice with advance payment. So this is the flow that we will be taking today. In the next journeys, in the next sessions, we will be talking about uploading proposal journey if you are creating it somewhere else, automations in proposals, creating and managing your proposal templates, and some proposal tips and tricks. So these are also multiple sessions, multiple live sessions. So if you want, if any of you is very important to you, you can just write in the comments. We can take that earlier. So yeah.
So, like before, like you can start sharing the demo and everything, but is like this does not look rehearsed at all. It feels like you come in super prepped and prepared, that these are the only steps that you're going to take. These are the only journeys that you're going to take and stuff like that. But so for the folks who are out there who are watching this and listening to this, I'd like to add that this is just her way of telling me that I cannot ask questions right now. Right? So this is just her. This is just by saying that these are the things that she's going to do, she's basically telling me that these are the other things that she's not going to talk about. But that's a great setup. However, I am on your side. I am all of your side, and so I will continue to ask questions while she she takes on a journey, right?
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
Anupama,
I
please
will
take it
answer.
away.
I will, yes, I will answer all the questions that you guys have, or if Yash asks me. It's that all the journeys that I told, they are too much. So I don't want to cover them in like short parts in one session only. I want to do them in a longer sessions, because like automation in itself has 2 3 journeys. So that's why the demo part will be later. But yeah, Q&A we can take. Okay, so I'm starting finally the demo. Let's consider that this is an account of a design agency, and we have got a new lead coming in. So which is Emma Williams. So this is the lead, and she is in the proposal stage. Like that means that I have to send proposal to her. So I will just come to my sales pipeline, and so I'm here today to send her the proposal, the quote. So this is the this is the page where I can see all details about Emma Williams, what has happened till now, if there are any notes, activities, files which have been accounted. Go to proposals and create a new proposal for her. Just give it a name. Name could be like so she has come to us for branding needs. Let's say that branding for medicine is the name of the company. So branding for medicine. Yes. So you will see that a proposal for Emma is already created, and here I am seeing all the templates that I have created, right, in our workspace. So these are some of the templates that I have created. You can also look at Clientjoy's. So here you can see that there is a save templates and there template library. So template library have proposal codes or those templates which are created by us, which you can use in initial setup of your accounts. But later you can have your custom template. So whatever custom templates you are saving for yourself, it will come in the save template section. Okay, so let's say that this is the quotation template for branding. So I will have a look at it. So here, from here, you can preview it, whether this is the one which you wanted to share. So you can see that. Okay, so this template has a nice background, page background. It has a cover letter. It has a sender signature, so it will be inserting my signature, which is already fed into my account actually, so I will not have to do it again. Okay, then this is the part where my pricing table will come up, and this is it. So there will be one more page of sign off. Yes, this is where my lead will come and accept it. So you can see that these are the merge fields which are there. So once I will actually choose this template, all this like the sender company, receiver company, all these merge fields will be filled with the details of Emma. I will just select this template. So this is our basically document editor. Right now we call it proposal, but later we are going to actually change it to actually a document editor. So basically here you can create everything like contracts, proposals, quotes, estimates. Okay, so I will just have a once I will review this. Okay, that all the merge fields are placed. A signature is added. Okay, so here I have to add a services that I will be offering to this client, this lead. So this lead came with the design. So what I have done is that the design agency, these are the services that it provides, right? So it's standard rates in all the currencies and everything is prepaid. So what happens is like every time I have to insert a pricing table, it is very easy. So I just choose that website design and creative content writing. So these are the two things that this lead needs. And here you can see that this is ready. You just make it. So you can see that when I click on this pricing table, I see all these options. So this the magic wand is actually to, if you want to change the appearance of this, just make it a little bit better. Theme is in yellow, so we will change the header color, border style. If you want the table to actually, the lines to disappear, you can just make the border size as 0. Okay, I think this part it looks cool. I look at the sign off part. It's ready. So once it is ready, anything that you want to add, actually, you can customize here before sending it. And once you are done with all the editing, you can click on Open Preview. This will open the preview of this code. How will it look to the lead? In the live sessions, sometimes,
And so
the
while we
internet,
wait for
yes.
the preview to load, I had a couple of questions. Is there like why add a pricing table when I could just add a normal table? Right? I think the Clientjoy proposal also allows you to add tables. So why not just add a table with rows and columns instead of adding a pricing table?
Yes. So basically, pricing table, how it will help you is that whenever you are doing all the calculations. So, for example, if you have if you have set like this is the price for my design service, this is the price for my logo design. When you are creating a pricing table, what happens is that you just select the service and everything comes up. Like what is the price? You have set, for example, there is a different price in USD, there is a different price in Euro, there is a different price in INR. So based on which lead you are sending it to, what is the currency that they are operating, it will automatically check what is the pricing, then it will add it. Second thing is that if there are any taxes that you have to collect for that particular service, then all the tax calculations it will also automatically happen. You don't have to always refer to a table and do it manually every time. If you because sometimes what happens is that every lead will have different required. Somebody wants to have 2 websites designed, somebody wants to have 3, someone only 1. So all that multiplication of taxes and everything it happens automatically. You just put like what is the service that you want to give, what is your standard pricing that you have put in your items, that will come up, the taxes will apply. If you want to give a discount, for example 10%, 20%, whatever, you just put 10% discount, all the calculations happens automatically. So this is one thing.
Got it.
Second is that you can add when you are saving a template, right? If you can also add a pricing table in the template, so then your template also has the whole thing. For example, this is a minimum service that I have to sell to somebody. Then what happens is I can create the template with that service. When I'm using that template, if I will go and update my pricing table, the existing things will remain and I can add more things. So a lot of time is saved if you use the pricing table of Clientjoy instead of using a normal table and putting all the calculations and all the things in place. One more thing, if you are using a merge fee. So for example, if you uh, in the proposals you want to write somewhere that this proposal is of this much cost, right? For example, $5,000, then there is a merge field which is proposal.amount. So you can just use it. Whatever is the price, it will fill it up. When you are doing a proposal, when you are actually looking at the proposals listing, if you have used pricing table, then we will be able to know like how much this proposal cost, what is the amount for this proposal. So we show you that this is the amount of this proposal. If you are creating a non-table, we will not be able to get that information. Next, if you are
Good.
converting that proposal to invoice, like which happens in one click in Clientjoy. If you have used the pricing table of Clientjoy, then only those items are carried forward in the invoices. If you have used a custom table, then we will not be able to read that information, and that will not count.
If there were ever a comprehensive answer to that question, then this is one. I think we have another question around proposal automations, but we'll take that towards the end. But thank you for sending in your questions as well. Anupama, please take it forward.
Sure. Okay, so we were looking at the proposal preview. Yes. So code preview. So I can see that this looks good. This is ready to send. So just close the preview and come back to my proposal code. Every time I'm saying proposal. That's why we want to make it doc. It's a code that I'm sending. So I'm done with you. If you want to add anything else, so these are elements that you can add in this quotation, which is like text, images, tables, dividers, signatures. You can just drag and drop and can update if there's a need. I just send it now. Just click on the send button. So the code is in the draft mode here. When you will send it, it will automatically change its status to the send status. So this is the email which is pre-filled. So this you can also customize. I will show you. So in the settings, you have email templates tab over here in the setup. In the proposals tab, these are the two emails. So you just click over here and update it as per your needs. So what will happen is every time you are sending a proposal to your lead or to your client, these templates will be updated. Okay. So you can review it also and then just click on
I saw something else on the screen. I saw something else on the screen. I also saw mail templates. But we'll talk about it later.
Okay, so this proposal is sent in the email. You can see that I'm landed to the proposal page. So now it is no more in the draft state. It is in the send state. So every time I'm opening a proposal which is already sent, you land to this page. This is not the editor. If you want to go back to editor, you can click on just the update. This basically tells you what is the status of this uh, code. So, for example, this was when was this added, who updated who sent it to whom, it is being opened, if it is being signed. Everything will come in this audit trail. You can see it. Any else information you want to see? This will also it will show you details like when was it sent, what is the expiration date of this proposal. You can see that when will the reminder go. You can see that on dashboard as well, but here also will show. Okay, just go back to my builds. Now I'll show you the journey where from the lead side. Just open the inbox. Because I have shared just this window, if I open the incognito window, I will have to reshare the screen. So for time saving, I've opened here. What will happen is that the notification from the agency side, I will see here only. Otherwise, I can show you, two parallel views. Okay, so you can see that this email has come up. I'll just click on the of the proposal, which I had checked. Okay, before that, let me take you to the back to my application. So you can see that in here, the Emma Williams opened the email sent for proposal, right? So I heard the sound as well. So there is a sound that also comes up of the notification. So here you got to know that this happened.
And so while that happens, here's another question that has come in through the chat, right? And so that's primarily around how can I sorry, that's primarily around, so Facebook user says would love to see custom fields that are available for templates. And so thank you for that question. You don't have to wait for it. You can already do it. So you can create custom fields under your leads, or you can create custom fields for your clients, whatever the case may be. And as soon as you create custom fields, a merge tag is already generated within Clientjoy. And so then when you are sending out, when you are creating the template for your proposal, you can bring in the merge tag of that particular custom field within your proposal, and it will replace with the value whenever you are sending out the proposal. So you don't have to wait for it. We already have got it. After the live stream is over, I will share a short 3-minute view as a reply to your comment, which specifically talks about that issue. And in the meantime, thank you for saying excellent. Awesome. Thank you for saying that. And so moving on to Anupama.
Yes. So the lead. Okay, so let's say
I'm
that.
really sorry. It was my bad. I actually muted Anupama and moved her off the screen instead of doing the other way around. So Anupama, if you can just rewind 5 seconds
Sure,
and then
sure,
start. Yeah.
sure. Okay, so the has opened the email, and again one more notification came that Emma has opened the proposal. So you can say that you can see that instant notifications are coming. I can also show you. Let's go back here. So if your lead will have to click on the accept.
Okay, I just thought you wandered off mid sentence, so I was just like, can you finish the sentence?
I was actually just a second. I will do what I was saying. So I will just show my
Yeah.
phone screen that this notification has come like
Oh
proposal.
wait, just give me
You
1 second. Let me make you a little just 1 second. Please go ahead and show now.
just have to delete some of the notifications. Yes. If you can see, this is saying that Clientjoy application
Can you
proposal
bring it
email
a
next step.
little closer? A little closer. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
There is a
There's a
reflect.
lot of reflection. Yeah, there's a lot of
You
reflection.
can see that C logo.
I am the only person who will recognize the C
Next
logo because
time,
that's what I see.
next time I will be prepared for this as well. Like, how will I show this?
Yeah, we can see the ring light. So that's what we saw.
That is something that we don't want to show.
So, but that's nice. It's okay.
Yes,
Anyways, bringing up the screen, but the point being that we got the notification on the phone as well. So yeah, I think
yes,
if that's the
yes.
idea.
Yes, if you are outside, like if your app is not open, if your email is not open, but you have your phone in hand, you can see that. Okay, so now if your lead actually click on the accept uh, without doing the signature, it will take to the signature and will ask you need to sign it because there was a signature field inserted in it. If you are not inserting signature, then this will not happen. So just doing the signature. And yes, it's done. can you see that notification, desktop notification that also came? So if you are asked about the desktop notification, please accept it in your browser because it's very, very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah, we send across very happy notifications, right? So we send desktop notifications for the time when your lead opens an email that you've sent. We send out a notification when a lead signs your proposal, right? And then we also like have confetti and animation and stuff like that. We also send you a notification when a payment comes in, right? And so our desktop notifications are happy notifications. They will not they are good. They're designed to make you feel good. They're designed to make you have a great day, right? Because these are the notifications that we send out. So please say yes to desktop notifications. We'll never send across notifications that are not at all relevant, right? So we'll never, as an example, we'll never send a notification saying, hey, 8 years ago today, this is what you were doing, right? We will not do stuff like that. So, but yeah.
So you can see that now the proposal's audit trail is updated. Like it is showing that it is telling you exactly that Emma opened the proposal from this IP, and we just give you a rough location which we get from the Google APIs. But this is like maximum time correct, but you cannot. This could be wrong as well sometimes. But IP that is valid. And then you can see that it's done. Now it's a good day, your quotation is accepted. This is the time to send them the invoice, right? Before anybody changes their mind. So I just show you that journey as well. So in here you can see the option of convert to invoice, right? So just click that. Here uh, this quotation was sent to a lead, not to a customer. So, and you have to send a invoice. So what happens is that in Clientjoy, you can send invoices only to clients, not to your leads. So what happens is that if it was sent to a lead, we'll give you just one click option in which you can convert that lead to a customer and then can send the invoice. So I'm just doing that journey. So let's convert lead to customer. It will pre-populate the information from your lead to customer. If there are any custom fields that you have used in your lead, if you have the same set of custom fields in your customer with the same names, then like then all that information will also be transferred. Otherwise, you will have to put manual. So here you can check if you anything extra, you can just fill it. You can review the information of the customer, just save it. So your lead will be converted to client automatically. And then that invoice is created. And you can just go to that invoice, can review it, and can send it. So just take me to invoice. Yeah, so you are landed to your invoice. Again, you are into the invoice editor. So you can review it if you want to add plus minus anything, you can do that. So what I will do is that for this lead, for this client now, I am sending them an invoice and I want them to pay 50% advance and do the second payment later, right? So what I will do is that I'll go to this option of recurring and split invoice. I will not go into invoices detail in this. We have done a separate session on that. I'll just show you how to collect advance. So you can choose split payment. Okay, so it will ask you to create a payment schedule. So I'm going with the very simple one, like 50% for 50%. If you want to have like 33, 33, 33, you can do that as well. So I want the first payment to be done before 31st, let's say, and the next in August end. So I'll just set some due dates for the payment schedules. Just save it. So once this is done, I can see that this payment schedule is visible. This is correct. Let's set it. You can see that again, the email template is pre-filled. You can find this in the email template settings. It is showing the payment part. Review it, send it. Okay, it is in the unpaid status now. Just show you the email. Okay, this is the email which came. Just open the invoice. In the emails also, you will see that your lead also received an email when the proposal was accepted for information and the acknowledgement. That template also you can set. Yeah. So this is the invoice they will see, and you can see that 50. They will your lead client is now asked only to pay the 50% fees. Next will come up again. So this is how you can send a quotation to the lead when it is accepted. In just one click, you can send the invoice, receive the payment, and you are good to go.
And
For
so
this
about
session,
the one
yes.
click, sorry. And so about the one click part, I think we have a question. So I'm just struggling a bit to make the arrangement. Yeah, I think this is okay. We are not able to see the full screen, but I think we'll be able to have the question, right? So there's a question. The question is, as you can see on the screen. So once a quote has been accepted, or proposal, estimate, contract quote, whatever the case may be, once it has been accepted, can the invoice be automatically created and sent, or does it have to be manually created, especially if it's a lead first?
It can be done automatically. So in our Zapier integration, Padly integration, you will see that there is a trigger which is uh, basically when the proposal status change. So you can say that when the proposal status is changes to accept, create a new invoice. So you just link these two, and then it will happen automatically.
Okay. So now that you have said that, there was another question that I want to bring up, which is going to be the same question, but with a qualifier, which is, how can a person trigger a quote automatically sent based from. So this is question in two parts, right? So the first one is there any other way to do it apart from using Zapier, Pabbly, Integromat, Integrately, and Sync Spider? For IFTTT, for invoice creation after proposal being accepted, and this question primarily being, how can they use it apart from Zapier, Pabbly, Integromat, Integrately, and Sync Spider, which is like 95% of the world. Apart from all of that, is there any to send a quotation automatically based on the selections that are made by a user in an email?
I think what you are asking for here is the native automation or the workflow capability. That is something that we have planned for sure. We have not picked it up yet. We are planning to pick it up, but I cannot give you any estimations or timeline on it. But yeah, this is something that we will do in the coming months.
Got it. And so I think having in-app automations will solve both these problems, right? So the ability to send a quote to a user, sorry, to a quote to a lead or a client, depending on the selections that they've done, and also sending the invoice to a person who's already accepted the proposal. We have another question as well, which is by Social Insight Solutions, right? So will we have an option to create a contract in Clientjoy?
So as I mentioned earlier, the proposals that we have, so we have named it proposal, but it can be used to create any document, right? So you can create a document, you can insert, you can send it to your client, you can have them digitally accepted. That is possible, like if it is a very minimal kind of a contract. But if your contract is little bit like there are multiple receivers possible, you have to accept multiple signatures. If you want them to actually fill in some fields, then that kind of thing is not possible right now. That is something that we will have. Like the one of the goal that we are having is from proposal is that only that you can create contracts too.
Got it. So simple contracts, which is basically single party or dual party contracts, those can be signed. We adhere to all the e-signing standards that exist out there. Multi-party contracts. So, like if there are 3 people who have to sign or 10 people who have to sign, and there are sequences in which they need to sign the contract, that's a little difficult as of now to do within Clientjoy, right?
Yes.
So,
So
thank
with the
you,
help
Social
of
Insight
merge
Solutions.
fields,
Yeah,
yes, one thing. So with the
yeah,
help
fine.
of merge fields, you can have your contracts merge field created in the customers, personalized field, and with the help of it, you can actually create the contracts and send to your client for approvals. So that it's tracking, it's templates, that all is possible.
Got it. There has been a comment by someone that says excellent. And so I'm thankful for you to say excellent. Another question is the next question that we have is at the moment with the merge fields and proposals, the short code, I don't know what is the short code, but it shows if the relevant data hasn't been added to the client or lead system. Could you make proposals ignore the short code in situations where the data isn't entered?
You can do that. So it is not a mandatory thing. So we will tell you
So,
that
Anupam,
it is
what is the
not
short
there.
code?
I think okay, that's what I am assuming over here in my and for the answer is that short code is basically a merge tag that we have, like which starts with this square brackets in square.
Got it.
So if for example your lead does not have that entry that data in it, but that merge field is used in the proposal template. So what will happen? So obviously that short code will remain there. It will not be replaced by the value because there is no value. When you're sending it, you will be asked that it is not filled, but you can send it anyway. So
Okay. Got it. And so
that's
I
my
just checked this.
understanding.
Sure. This question is by Darren. Darren, if you can just want to make sure that we've made the correct assumption as far as short code is concerned. But I think it can be a longer conversation in the Facebook comments, or we could have a private chat, or we could have a separate meeting on this as well. Another comment that we have is thank you. I will check out Zapier. Okay. So here's a recommendation for you. I would recommend that while you check out Zapier, you should also check out Pably. Pably is an amazing if this then that platform, which is exactly like Zapier, but they have a lifetime deal going on, and we ourselves have been using Pably for I think over 18 months now. Super happy with the kind of work that they've been doing. So I'd recommend that you check it out, and also check out Zapier, right? So whichever works for you, we integrate with both of them, and so yeah. Another user says, while we wait for Clientjoy to create a lead capture form, is it possible to use SyncSpider or Zapier to take data from a form on a website to Clientjoy or create a new lead? You can. Yes, absolutely you can. You can create leads, you can create clients, you can change statuses of leads. You can do all of those things as of now with Zapier, Pably, Integromat, Integrately, and SyncSpider. All of them. Clientjoy is already published on all of these platforms, and it's fairly simple and quick and easy to do that. If you have questions on that, then I would be. Oh, by the way, if you don't know what that was, it's raining heavily outside, and so it's a sound of clouds kind of making some electricity. Either way, so you can do that, and since this is so automation and stuff like that is a popular question, Anupama, I'd recommend that we should do one session on these things, right?
Yes.
What is IFTTT? Why should it be used? Like not just within Clientjoy, but generally across the business as well. And
So
so
we can do this one session on this thing, that if you are using, for example, WordPress, Squarespace, so their forms, how do we integrate with them? If you are using Typeform, Google Form, any third party, then you can directly capture leads and bring it in Clientjoy.
got it. I think that brings us to the end of. Is there anything, Anupama, that you were showing? I see that you shared the
Yes,
dashboard, and
yes.
so yeah, please.
There is one very important part. So whenever you want to be happy, and you just log into Clientjoy, you will land your dashboard, right? Just scroll to this amazing section of recent activity by leads, right? So don't go to notification. Don't go to proposals and look at what happened. Just this will give you a summary like what happened in the last 7 days with your lead. So if your lead is opening, if your lead is sending you an email, if your lead is opening any of the email that you have sent them, if they are opening the proposal, if they are accepting the proposal, everything will be, it will come in a timeline format over here. So you can see that we just did. We can see that the Emma. We sent an email to Emma. She opened. She accepted. Everything is captured here. Yes. Yes, this was the last
Wow,
thing that I wanted to add.
that's that's awesome. And so, just very quickly, I think we also have a clarification coming in from Darren. So, what he's saying is that your assumption, Anupama, was correct. That is, the merge field was what he was referring to as shortcode. And so, what he's saying is that as of now, if the data of that merge field does not exist, it shows up as merge field, right, with the square brackets and stuff like that. It would be
Okay.
great if Clientjoy just ignored it. If there's no data, then just don't show it in the proposal preview or PDF or whenever it is being sent out. And I,
So
I,
you
I
mean to
think
say
Darren,
that
this
to
is something.
replace it with space or blank, something like
Replace
that?
it with space or just like null or no data or whatever that case may be. I think, Darren, this is a so this seems like something that's doable. Allow us a bit to have an internal conversation in terms of what edge cases could there be, but this seems like a real problem that we should solve and we should work on. And so I take this as a feedback, Darren. Thank you for doing that with us. It definitely seems possible, and we'll get back to you on what we are doing to work on this. And so, thank you for that. Now, people, whoever, everyone who's here, it is the time that Anupama show us what was the surprise that she mentioned at the first part of this conversation. So, acha, by the way, this is not going to be a big surprise for people who are already a part of the community. So, community link is there. Oh, it's here. It's here. You can see it's facebook.com/groups/clientjoy. So it's not a surprise for them because they've already been a part of the community where we've been making announcements and asking for their feedbacks. But Anupama, please go ahead, share your screen and tell us.
Yes, your tool just mirror imaged yourself. That is why this happened, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Happened with me as well once.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so like all of you are part of community. You already know that we are working on email sequences. So something that will help you, in reaching out to your leads, doing some outreach programs. You can send them a sequence of emails. So it's right now in the final phases of its development. So I'll just give you a sneak peek into it. This is our beta, actually beta site. So you can see that we have email sequences here. I will not show you everything, I'll just show you two screens. So you will have all your email sequences listed over here. Okay. You can just create your email sequences like this. And that's it. No more.
Wow. And so you can also see a tab that says, create email templates. And so, email freaking sequences is coming out soon. This is a feature that a lot of our users have been asking for. And I have personally been fighting for internally within Clientjoy to get out as quickly as possible. And so, so that's coming out. I will be use case scenario for email sequences. That's a great question. So here's the use case. Let's say you go to an event and you get 30 cards. You want to send across an introduction about what your agency or freelancing practice is all about. However, nobody replies to the first email that you send out, and so fortune in sales lies in follow up. I've shared this previously a lot of times that fortune always lies in follow ups, and you want to do follow ups. You always think that you're going to do follow ups, but you end up missing those follow ups. Since you don't have the time, you also have to work on offering your services to your existing clients as well. And so email sequences basically will help you to send out emails to your leads. That basically, so you have the first email, and then if there's no reply, you can basically set it in a way that after 2 days you send out the second email, and then after 3 more days you send out the third email, and then after 4 more days you send out the fourth email, and until that lead replies to you, Clientjoy will send out emails on your behalf to that particular lead and will follow up. And this will save so much amount of time for you. The other quick thing and the other important thing is obviously you can create email templates and put in those templates as well. We also have a resource called 150 plus cold email templates. So finally, you can bring all of those templates Clientjoy as well. They work with short codes, as Darren calls it, as we call it, merge fields. They'll work with those things as well. You'll be able to see their open rates, the reply rates. You'll be able to then also see analytics of those email sequences, and at what stage are which leads across your sales pipeline who are there as a part of email sequence as well. So that is something that we are going to come out very soon with, and I'm super excited to be bringing that out to you as well. The other question that, and so thank you for that question. The other question that we have around email sequences: will the email sequences use conditional logic? No, no, not as of now. So the conditional logic is something that will be coming in automation. So once you build automations, you'll be able to see conditional logics where you can say that, hey, if they open the email, then this should be the next email that should go out to them. If they click this particular link, then this is the next email that should go out to them, which is what you can use to send out drip campaigns and stuff like that. These are just very simple sales follow-up emails. The idea is to get them to book a meeting with you, or the idea is to get them to reply to the email that you're writing to them, right? And so that's primarily what we're doing with email sequences. One of the users says it sounds amazing. Yes, I know it sounds amazing. I'm super excited. I'm so excited that I'm currently working on a cold marketing course as well. More on that later. And so I think that's pretty much it from us today. Anupama, is there anything else?
Yeah, like we should leave something for next sessions. No?
We should leave something for the next session. I think that's a great way to that's a great way to end a live session and a date. Leave something for the next session. So awesome. I so thank you everyone for joining in today. It was amazing. It was a blast coming on here and sharing the things that we've been working on with you. Next, there are 2, 3 things that we'll be working on. First is Darren's idea of ignoring the shortcodes and merge fields, and we'll get back to you on what we're going to do about it and by when can we fix it. Second, okay. Thank you for this. I just saw this was live, but do you send out invites? No, we don't. That's a mistake. We did not send out the invite for this one, but I will make sure that from next week we send out invites for all of these live sessions as well. And serendipity, it is serendipity that you were able to find us over here. And so thank you for joining in. However, so I was saying, so that's the first action item that we have. The second action item that we have is that we will figure out a schedule for how can you use these IFTTT platforms like Zapier, Pabbly, Integromat, Integrately, and SyncSpider with Clientjoy and across your entire agency as well, and share with you some cases on how you can do that better. The third action item is for us to do some other workflows and other use cases around proposals. What you saw today, by the way, what you saw today was only 30% of proposals, right? Believe it or not, it was only 30% of the proposals. There's a lot more. There's upload proposal to, there's creation of templates within Clientjoy, like creation of proposal templates within Clientjoy, and just endless stuff with proposals, and we're making things better as well. Thank you. I think sounds amazing is a great way. Again, it mirrored, right? Sounds amazing is a great way to end this live. Thank you for joining in. We will see you next week. Until next time. Bye. Oh, how do I end this stream?